interesting, but we didn't do too much, we thought. There were 5 children, remember. Two were pre-war, two during the war, and 1 post-war. And that was interesting because it coincided with the Americans who were in that paddock on the farm, on part of the farm, and they made life interesting. I can remember one time we heard the roosters making a hell of a noise, and of course it was some of the American soldiers pinching some roosters. That caused a bit of a stir, and we all enjoyed that, but they were very nice to us when they got caught and paid substantially for robbing us for 1 rooster. But
otherwise we're going to be hanging.
It was interesting, of course, in those days. It was fairly rudimentary living. We had a toilet downstairs, a paddock about 50 metres from the house. We lived in the river. We didn't have much water. There was only a couple of 1,000 gallons tanks. Jimboom was a pretty dry area. It always seemed to be dry. We thought that Jimboom meant a dry area of some description. We were in the yards from the time we were 5 years old, and we used to go up milking. We lived for riding horses, of course. That was our main entertainment, riding horses, crazy. We went to school by going up with the milk in the morning to the milk truck who dropped us off at the school. We were in the back, no seatbelts, no nothing. We loved it. It was good fun as far as we were concerned. And we'd walk home across the river. If the river was up, we had to walk right around the road. One of the big things we had was the dipping the cows. We used to have to dip about 170 head of cattle every couple of months. The dip is still here, just down the road here.
Trace is dead?
Pardon?
Trace is dead?
Yeah, Trace, that's right. Trace is dead. And of course, that was a hell of a balloon. My father used to make a big thing of it, cracking whips. We had dogs chasing cows the wrong way. And it was all fun and games. We enjoyed the outing, of course. It was a big thing. We started 8 o'clock and finished about 2:30 in the afternoon. We had to push them through the dip. So some of us didn't land in the dip actually. We had to really give them a hell of a push. But it was all fun, and then one of the things about going on the milk truck is we always got to school early. And Barry and I used to play tennis for an hour before school, because school didn't start till 9:30. We got there about 8:10, and so we become quite good tennis players. So when I went to Nudgee, I won the junior title, and in junior I won the open title, and that was probably the year I reached for peak, because I didn't win anything else since. I branched out into other sports, but that was all fun. When we came home, of course, in the holidays, we enjoyed our visits home. My father was a very interesting person. We enjoyed his company. We used to have to work pretty hard, but he used to have to work pretty hard himself. When we were at school, it was a tough job for a parent, for a father, hard for my mother as well, I guess. We didn't have too many visitors. We just had the horses to do, but we learned how to, do all the work around the place, pushing ploughs, ploughing up the ground with draft horses, etc. It was all fun and games. And my grandmother used to come out every now and then, not too much. She got used to the town. We saw my grandfather a bit. We used to love to go to the exhibition every year in August. My father was crazy on boxing. He used to take us to Jimmy Charman Troop. We thought that was great. They used to really market it well. Now Jimmy Charman would be up on a pedestal up there, and he'd have his boxers there prancing around on that's 6 feet, 3 metres in the air on this board, and calling for people who could knock him out, knock these guys out. It was entertainment. We used to enjoy it. We used to do it, and we used to go around to cattle and everything else farming. So in those days, it was a different world. We only got fresh bread 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. We didn't get out much. We got to church once a month up at Jimboomba. That was fine. So we were well and truly hobbled as far as getting out. We didn't see much. We didn't have too many people visiting us. But we enjoyed life, and it was fun. So that's the life of Farmers Farrow as we were concerned in those days.
That blue book, going back to 150 years, a historian took me and showed me all these extinct newspapers, the Logan Witness and so forth, and it goes through all the obituaries and land transfers and various names that are still around the district. But when we start getting to latter days, it tended to be dominated by people like Pat Flynn. So when Uncle Peter said that he was in tennis, Pat of course then went on to even bigger tennis exports and went to the US and so forth. So we'll have to wait for the 200th anniversary for people to talk about your exports, Pat. That's probably it.